Right then, hi friends, I'm Phoebe. I'm on a music discovery journey and I'm inviting you to join this ride with me. I'm catching up on all the music I've missed out on over the years, and sometimes I'll get some requests from you lot, which I have today. This is from Renee over on Ko-fi, and it is for Sumo Cyco. Now, I recently had a look at Sumo Cyco, and I needed to hear more. I've heard a lot of recommendations from different tracks. So this is Stronger Now. And Skye is their vocalist. We listened to a one take of hers and it was phenomenal. So I'm interested to see this. She had some really cool transitions. Let's have a look at Stronger Now. Ooh, ooh.
I'm just as lost as you. Don't believe me, but it's true.
Uh-oh.
A door opened up in my head. Dark things crawling in. Whisper surrender. And then each worry invited friend got so crowded I couldn't pretend. Will this go on forever? Wouldn't you just wanna see if possibly it could get better? And I can feel I'm getting stronger now. Could it be this nightmare's over now? With each glimmer of hope, I follow the notes until it gets louder. And I feel I'm getting stronger now. Faking a smile starts to hurt, like a lie to yourself and the world. Tired of failing the test, tired of all the mess. This constant reminder, I swore I could recall a day when troubles were miles away, like permanent summer. If we really all have a choice, then maybe my voice could help you remember.
Wow. Magic.
I'm getting stronger now. Could it be this nightmare's over now? With each glimmer of hope, I follow the notes until it gets louder. And I feel I'm getting stronger
Nice guitar.
Lies I'm telling myself no longer. I'm just trying to cope, treading wider. Put my feet down 'cause I'm touching ground. Gonna walk right out of this line for slaughter. I'm not giving up hope. We're a kaleidoscope, finding our power, multiply. Yeah, we feed each other, yeah, we feed the fight. 'Cause I can feel I'm getting stronger now. Could it be this nightmare's over now? With each glimmer of hope, I follow the notes until it gets
Where are you
louder.
going? Oh,
And I feel I'm getting stronger now.
magic. More magic.
Stronger now.
Even more magic. Wow. Well, that was magical, wasn't it? Just very cool. So that was a different vibe, but like it's a motivational song, getting stronger. She is feeling stronger. She is feeling like she's overcome this bad place and wants to share that with the viewer in hopes that that can motivate them too. It starts off, she's looking kind of zombie-like, perhaps in some people's opinions, a little bit haggard. And then she blossoms into this Miss World pageant queen or something. And I think it's obviously it's showing that feeling of coming from a dark place, feeling low and feeling ugly inside, perhaps. And coming out, when you feel better, you can feel good about yourself. I think that's what it is trying to insinuate without saying she's not ugly. That's not ugly. I don't like saying ugly because I don't like the word ugly. I don't like describing someone as that. I know you can have an ugly personality. I don't mind that. But I think that's the symbolism there, and that's why I'm saying this. But I instantly my no filter is like, if I said it in the right way, I think you'll understand, and I think that's the best way I can describe it right now. And I can't go back and I can't change it and I can't react to it for the first time because I've already reacted to it for the first time. Anyway, let's watch that again and go through what we're thinking, we're feeling, listening to as we hear each part of this track. So it grows. It seems to grow. It goes whoop, and then calms again. So we hear a glimpse of the future. We zoom into the main character, Skye, and she's in a dark place. She's literally in a hole here. Well, a strange corridor of sorts. And it looks like it's in a big maze as well. We go up here. Look, that's a huge maze. And it's very symbolic of life and going on a journey through life. And this is she feels like she's perhaps trapped in a maze at this point and she doesn't know how to get out of it. It's funny because we just did a reaction to a song where it was talking about being in a dark place. And this is kind of quite poetic how we've gone from that to this, feeling stronger and feeling like we are ready to be motivated and get into a good place. It's quite nice. Okay, so let's listen to that bit again.
I was just as lost as you. Don't believe me, but it's true. A door opened up in my head, dark things crawling in, whispers surrender, and then each worry invited friend got so crowded I couldn't pretend. Will this go on forever? Wouldn't you just wanna see if possibly it could get better? And
so that's the whole first verse. I was just as lost as you. Don't believe me, but it's true. I think she's saying this in a place of good. She's in a better place at this point. So she's telling the story, reflecting. I was just as lost as you. And when you're looking at someone who's in a great place or appears to be in a good place, it's not always apparent that they've been through struggle, they've been through dark times. There's a lot of times where we can share our stories and people go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that you've been through that or whatever. Because we don't all show that within our whole entire being, do we? It's not our personality. And I guess she's trying to give someone hope that, you know, you may not really believe what I'm telling you right now, but I was in a dark place, and I am showing you how it is possible to overcome that and come out of it. It's not easy, but it's possible. A door opened up in my head, dark things crawling in, whisper, surrender. So, talking about dark thoughts coming in, I think. And then each worry invited a friend. I'm guessing that those thoughts grew and grew and grew. Worries inviting a friend, more thoughts. Imagining that's people, that's a crowd. Got so crowded I couldn't pretend. Will this go on forever? So they were quite exhausted with it all, it seems. But then she says, wouldn't you just want to see if possibly it could get better? So even in this darkest time, there's this, at some point there's thoughts of, well, can it improve? Will I be like this forever, or is there a way out of here? And wouldn't it be nice to see? Would you be curious to see what that would look like? She's looking at her hair. She seems a little bit disheveled, and she's not walking properly. She's not herself in these scenes, it seems, but she changes throughout that.
Wanna see if possibly it could get better, and I can feel I'm getting stronger now.
I really like the, sounds like a heartbeat or the drum, with this motivational surge that's happening. That feels positive.
And I can feel I'm getting stronger now. Could it be this nightmare's over now? With each glimmer of hope, I follow the notes until it gets louder. And I feel I'm getting stronger now. Thinking
Also, I may say she's disheveled. I quite like the backcombed look, all right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that hair. My personal opinion. And I can feel I'm getting stronger now. She feels a change in her. Stronger, feels like it's leading to a better place. I'm not so weak. I'm not feeling so weak. I'm feeling stronger to be able to fight or make my way forward out of this dark place, out of this maze. Could it be this nightmare's over now? There's hope that perhaps it's this dark place has ended. Even if it's temporary, we should embrace it and take it step by step. With each glimmer of hope, I follow the notes until it gets louder. You know, like when you're playing the hot and cold game and you move towards a certain area and someone's like, no, that's cold, and you move towards a certain area and they're like, warmer, warmer. It makes me think of that. Glimmers of hope. If you feel a glimmer of hope, that's obviously the warmer parts, and when you're getting hotter, if you follow those signs, it usually snowballs into something good. If you follow positive energy or the positive route, most of the time good things can come from that. Not always, it can be very up and down, but thought processes as well can snowball if you try and take the good from a situation, even a really bad situation. If you're only looking at it in a bad way, you're not going to feel good about that. And it's easy to say, because a lot of situations feels impossible to feel good or take the good from. But in terms of positive mindset and feeling better about things, that tends to be the advice. if you follow the cold signs, if you just keep dwelling in the cold, the dark, the miserable, you're not going to suddenly feel happy, are you? It makes a whole lot of sense, but it's very basic analysis. But also a lot of people do that. They dwell in the sadness, they dwell in the misery, and as easy as that is to do, it doesn't help. But sometimes it's all right to just do that for a bit, think about how we're feeling, think about things, allow us to think about them, and then decide what we do next. So rather than just staying in that zone, taking a step to do something to get out of it as well. I struggle a lot, but there's that point where you have to go, right, enough of this. It's not doing good for me. It's not doing good for anyone around me. Next, let's do something else. Again, not straightforward, but possible.
Stronger now. Could it be this nightmare's over now? With each glimmer of hope, I follow the notes until it gets louder, and I feel I'm getting stronger now. Faking a smile starts to hurt, like a lie to yourself and the world. Tired of failing the test, tired of all the mess, this constant reminder. I swore I could recall a day when troubles were miles away, like permanent summer. If we really all have a choice, then maybe my voice could help you remember.
Absolutely gobsmacked by that magic that just happened right before our eyes. How amazing. Unbelievable. Bravo. Faking a smile starts to hurt. When we fake a smile, we're pretending that we're happy, but we're not. And that can get exhausting. Starts to hurt. It aches. You try and, when you're not feeling so great, that masking, that facade can fade quickly, or it can at least feel exhausting, and you don't want to be doing that all the time. And a lot of people become antisocial because they don't want to be doing that. They don't want to be pretending to be happy. It's like a lie to yourself and the world. That's very straightforward, a great explanation as to how they've put the lyrics there. I like that. Tired of failing the test, tired of all the mess, this constant reminder. There's a trail left behind quite often, or there are reminders of the bad times in so many different forms. I swore I could recall a day when troubles were miles away. Anyone think about that? I wish I could go back to simpler times, when we were kids, when we had no worries, or when all our worries were, I want to be a grown up, or something stupid like that. I don't know. The older we get, the more we kind of realize none of those were problems. But yeah, it's quite common for people to say, I wish we could go back to simpler times. It says, when troubles were miles away, like a permanent summer, permanent happy place. It would be nice. It would be great. Reality reminds us sometimes that we can still have problems, but also it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. It doesn't have to be the end of the world. But I guess we can acknowledge that that is part of life, unfortunately. But yeah, wouldn't it be nice to go back to happier times? It would. Of course it would. But if we really all have a choice then maybe my voice can help you remember. So she's saying, I am choosing now. I have control to choose to perhaps remind you that this can get better, or that I'm in a good place and I wasn't in a good place. And if I can do it, so can you. And also reminding us that we have the power to make the next step. If we're grieving, it's impossible to bring those who have passed back, but it's not impossible to try and think about those memories and look back fondly, or do something in memory of those people, spend time with others, make up for lost time with some. Even just doing something, it's hard, but we have the power to choose how we spend our next chapter of our lives. And grief is like one of the hardest things that I've experienced in life, and still am experiencing. And a lot of people will have experienced that, or are experiencing it. And it's not easy to process or get through. It's understandable that a lot of people cope differently, but I do find there's a point where it's tough, it's distracting, it's consuming, and it definitely stops me from functioning properly in the immediate aftermath, but also just parts along the way. That is quite common for grief, I think. There is a point where I'm like, I need to get out of bed because we've lost people, but now what am I doing about my life? Am I living it to the fullest? How do I change that? What power do I have to do something? And there are so many things we can't control, right? But there are some that we can. And how we react to something, or how we go about with something, how we deal with something, they're all things that are within our control, but could be a response to things that were outside of our control. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway, look, her dress has just stopped being all cut up. It's grown. It's almost pristine. It could do with a bit of a steam or an iron, but who am I to judge? I haven't properly brushed my hair today myself, or a little bit, but her hair has grown. It looks a bit less back combed, and she's grown nails. She's grown some false nails, and her makeup has appeared on her face and stuff, or it is about to. Magic. It's just magic. Wow.
And I can feel I'm getting stronger now. Could it be this nightmare's over now? With each glimmer of hope, I follow the notes until it gets louder. And I feel I'm getting stronger now.
It's a real nice beat. It kind of feels happier, but like an aggressive happy. Dun, 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 dun. I can't do it. I love the guitar here.
Follow the notes until it gets louder. And I feel I'm getting stronger now. Lies I'm
So we had the bridge. Basically, we've all established now that the theme is getting stronger, feeling better, coming out of this awful place, and telling others that you can be in this place too. Or the message is you could be disheveled and falling apart like a zombie, but in a click of the fingers, you can turn into a Miss World beauty pageant queen. Maybe I'm so far off the mark, but perhaps those two things can exist together. Anyway, now she's climbing on top of the piano, because why the hell not? It's her life. She can do what she wants. And you can too, within reason. Don't be a criminal. If you're still here, write criminal at the start of your comment. Wait. Right. The piano is closed. The piano is open. Oh, it's the top. Wow, she just turned into the title of the track, Stronger Now. Amazing. I was going to question why I thought she closed the piano, but she just closed the lid so we couldn't see the behind the scenes, thing. I'm not a technical person. I even used to play piano myself, but I don't know what that is. Seeing the behind the scenes keys. And anyway, if I were to question it, the answer is magic, of course. Lies I'm telling myself no longer. That can bring us to a dark place. Telling lies, believing in lies, believing absolute BS about ourselves. People have always reminded me, when I talk shit about myself, put myself down, would you say that to a friend? Would you speak like that to your friend? If the answer is no, don't do it to yourself. And I've felt a lot more able to remember that in recent times. I still forget quite often, but more often than not, I remember that. And I'm a little bit less self-sabotage, but not enough, honestly. But we're trying, and I'm trying to be nice to myself, because I wouldn't talk like that to a friend. Basically, the whole essence is we're doing better, not giving up hope. We're a kaleidoscope, this bright coloured technicolor thing, finding our power multiplier. It can snowball. We feed each other. Together we can help make things better. We feed the fire, the forceful fire, the fierce fire, the good, burning good fire. And that was a banger. So thank you so much for that, Renee, and I'll see you for the next one soon. Shout out to our Patreon patrons. For as little as £1 you can be on the shout out at the end of the video, but no pressure at all. Everyone here is valued, whether you can join or not, because basically you're supporting me in some way, shape or form. So thank you so much for being here. Whether you're just viewing, that is huge. Whether you're liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that, Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want, you could also join Patreon for free. I have some content there for free members, and you don't have to pay a single penny to see some of the bits on there. So thank you once again, and I will see you for the next one. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.